best of luck with that. Now, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling has been finding out about her ancestry on the family tree show Who Do You Think You Are? She was moved to tears when she found out that, like her, many of her female ancestors had been single mothers, saying that she felt a connection to those members of her family who have gone before because of the definite parallels between their life and hers. So, do you think that it's important to learn lessons from our females' ancestors' lives?
Well, it's quite hard for me because, as I wrote about it in my book, I'm illegitimate. So and then I found my birth mother, and I was brought up by Ruth and Don Bellingham, who I just loved to pieces. But interestingly enough, Ruth Bellingham was illegitimate because my granny Carter had her in 1918, and that was a big deal in this country. She was my mother was born out of wedlock, and my real mother had me as out of wedlock, and in those days it was quite a big deal. And the one thing I absolutely vowed, though, myself, was that I would never have a child out of wedlock, not because nowadays but I didn't want to involve anybody else in my mistakes. So if I slept with somebody or had a romance that went wrong and I didn't ever want to get pregnant as a mistake. Or, you know, so I very much took that on board, and I didn't, you know.
So you thought you learned from all that? You deliberately tried to?
I did, yes, really. I mean, I just... But it's funny because I know now, having found my real mother, that my great-grandmother in Canada came up on a wagon train, so there was a lot of that sort of... But I also admire my grandmother, Carter, because she didn't give me up. She didn't give my mother up for adoption like my real mother did, so I have a great respect for her. So it's interesting.
I'd like to find out more, I think, because my dad's family were from South Africa, so and I know I lived there when I was younger, and I went back when I was on tour in South Africa to try and find the house. I couldn't remember anything, but I think that side of the family definitely for me that I take after. My mum's side of the family, I don't think I do. My grandma, who was a 6-foot big South African Amazonian, that's where I get the shoulders from, thanks Gran, was very strong, fire in the belly, definitely that's where I get my strengths from. And I would like to find out more, definitely, especially because I lived there when I was so young, and I remember a lot of the apartheid and going to nursery and things like that, but I'd definitely like to know more.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because when you look back, I suppose we are more of a matriarchal society than we really give ourselves credit for. My granny was a very feisty lady, my dad's mum, but so too was her mum, in more of a gentle way. I suppose my grandmother, she had many things happen to her throughout her life, but she always seemed to forge on and fight ahead. You take the body blows, you reel with it, and then you carry on. But I also had really fond memories of my great-grandmother, who I found out later, one of the strongest and nicest things that she ever did was she brought her family together on her husband's father's deathbed. They hadn't spoken to each other for a very, very long time because he was Jewish and he'd renounced his faith and changed his name. And she decided, even though she was Protestant, it wasn't a religious thing, that she should bring this family together. And she made him go and make peace with her dad with his father on his deathbed. And that's an amazing thing, I think.
I'm loving all these strong women. My nan, I mean, I've made no secret of the fact that I absolutely idolised my nan, and I was, like Linda, I was illegitimate, and my nan made it possible for me to stay because I was going to a mother and baby home and was going to be adopted. And now that my grandmother is no longer here, I'm making it my business to channel her. I want to be like her. I want to say the things she said because I want the future generations to know. And I think we can learn so much from our ancestors. That's why they're there. Also, you can take the best bits, can't you? And you can blame the horrible bits on them as well. Do you know what I mean? You could say, well, I'm sorry, it was great Aunt Nora, blame her. It goes through the family. But I love that show as well.
Yes.
Who Do You Think You Are?
Yeah.
I found my dad as a result of watching that. I was so moved by Kim Cattrall on that show I mean, I talk about this in my book loads, but it made me go and find my dad, and I was 45 at the time, so it's a very powerful thing.
Right, time for one final break before we are joined by former EastEnders actress Natalie Cassidy. Back soon. Welcome back to Loose Women, where Now, she was involved in many a dramatic storyline, playing Sonia Jackson in EastEnders for 14 years. But away from the camera, our final guest has gone through her own fair share of heartache and trauma. The last year has been one of the hardest of her life, but here to share how she's feeling better now and looking better than ever, and looking forward to a bright future, please welcome Natalie Cassidy.
Oh, lots of love.
Can't help it. Hello. You look bouncy and fresh.
Popped in to have a chat.
Yeah.
So nice to see you
Your
all.
hair looks fab.
Do you like it?
Yeah. What made you decide to
Thank
chop
you.
it all off?
I just fancied a change. And you know Martin, who played Sonia's husband?
Yes.
It's his twin sister in real life that cuts my hair, Antoinette. And she comes home and does it. And she came round, I said, oh, should we go for the chop?
It's a whole different look.
Yeah.
It's great.
And you're looking very narrow.
Am I?
Yeah.
I've been working out a bit. It's been nice.
Are you now proper gym buddy?
I'm not really gym, I go to Zumba on a Monday night.
Well, you're a bit of a
It's
dancer, aren't you,
brilliant.
darling?
I
You mean that
am,
she's the
aren't
best little
we?
dancer in the world.
No, I go to Zumba on a Monday and it's absolutely brilliant. There's about 50 women that go and we just have such a laugh. And I work really hard. So
I've
that's
got friends
really
that take those classes, and I was like, what do you do? She said, well, basically, just do that.
Yeah.
Just do that a lot.
You shake the fat, don't
You do. There's a lot of fat shaking.
And does it make you feel good? Like I say, my friend of mine's an instructor on it. She said it can be quite an emotional experience for women because they're letting go for the first time. You're quite rigid in your normal life, but you go
Absolutely,
and you
and I find it like because with the baby, obviously.
Yes.
On a Monday night, I feel like I'm going out. I get all excited. Everyone's like, you're going out to Zumba for an hour, and I'm like, well, no, it's like my night out. I go and see everyone.
But does it help you as well in terms of, you know, it has been well documented that you've been through a rough time. The fact that you can go and just go, do you know what?
It is, because I was doing it before, and then once the split happened and everything went on, I didn't go for about 5 or 6 weeks. And actually going back was really nerve-wracking and really emotional, and all the women were like, oh, we've missed you and nice to see you. And so, yeah, no, it is lovely to let go.
You've been very brave, actually, haven't you, lately?
I don't know, have I?
Yeah, I think so.
I think everyone goes through stuff in life. We all go through problems. I'm not the only one. I'm not poor me, poor me. We have these experiences, you know. I thought that I was going to be with Adam forever.
I think you're very brave to make a decision very early on. I didn't.
I had to do
and I
it
think
early.
you've been brilliant for that. Although it's hard, it gives you a much clearer way in your life to get on with your daughter and build up the right things in life without any kind of shadow, you know, the wrong kind of negative shadow. And I think that's very brave.
There she
There
is.
she is.
I had a little munch, didn't I?
She's in your green room causing absolute havoc. There's cheesy what's-its everywhere. But no, you know, it's been a difficult time. But she's happy, she's fantastic, and she's content. And
Now, obviously, no one would ever go into a relationship thinking that it was going to end. You know, you fall in love, you fall pregnant with someone that you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and then for whatever reason it ends. How is your relationship now? Because you have a child together, so obviously you must have to continue a relationship.
Well, we've got kind of legal things going on, so I
Sure.
actually can't talk to Adam at the moment. But he was seeing Eliza through a mediator for a little while, but unfortunately I haven't heard from him for a little while. So,
How important is it to you then to have strong women around you? We were
So
talking about
important.
ancestors. How
I
important is
can't
that
tell
to
you. I mean, I lost my mum. It'll be 10 years next year.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I think life gives you so many other opportunities. And the women in my life, I can't tell you. I mean, I've got nieces and a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
I've got family members, best friends. I've got so many people around me.
And Wendy Richards played a big part in your life.
Wendy was a real
She was
part of
like
my
a mother
life.
role for, and also when things go wrong in your life, I always find it does make you a lot stronger as a woman.
I feel very
strong.
strong. I mean, I think I've been through so much in such a short space of time. Well, not that short, knocking on 30 now. But,
Are you?
well, no, I'm 28,
old?
but
Oh,
it's
dear.
30's coming, isn't it? But I have been through quite a lot, and I think, I mean, this last experience for me, maybe if I hadn't have gone through what I've been through with loss and with unhappiness, then maybe I'd still be in that relationship now, because I wouldn't have been strong enough to be on my own.
Yes, because you've coped with pain before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
There's
don't...
lots of good things to come, believe me. It doesn't all end.
No, I'm happy.
She's gorgeous, Eliza.
She's amazing.
She's such a good girl as well,
She's just
isn't she?
hilarious. She's 10 months and a week old, and she's got such a personality now.
Yeah.
And she's just funny and...
What would you like, if you could pass on anything from you to her, what would it be? Through the generation.
For the generation, I think it would be like my mum and my nans, you know, hard-working. hard-working family people
Yeah.
that love family, love their friends, love the house, love
heart,
work,
a
love
good
cleaning, and a
heart.
good heart.
Yeah, you can't get better than a good
And an
heart.
open person, someone who's not false and pretentious. 'Cause that's
Had you
something
given
none of
any
us
thought
are.
when you were pregnant as to whether you would prefer a boy or a girl?
I remember Adam and I always talking about it, and we just didn't care at the
Yeah.
time. We really didn't. But when I had a girl, I was secretly pleased. Yeah, I'm definitely a smog.
Smog.
But I've got lots of friends like from NCT groups, and they've all got little boys. Hello, girls. And they're so loving. I heard you saying little boys kiss and cuddle, and Eliza's like, "Give mummy a kiss," and she's like, "Bang!" Right in the face. She's like a little bully.
Now, is it true that you would love to go back into EastEnders? Because
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You still got your trumpet?
Trumpets at home.
Oh.
It's in the loft. It's in my dad's loft. He keeps going, I could put that on eBay and earn a fortune. I said, Dad, you can't talk like that. Save that.
Now, when you've lost weight previously, and you were photographed on the beach and what have you.
Yeah.
How do you feel now about your body? Because you're a mum now. Are you still confident when you go out and about?
I am.
Wow,
Oh, no,
look at you
that was horrible there. I was like nearly 2 stone lighter than I am now. Stupid way.
You've said that you
You're
actually
happy.
feel more confident,
Yeah.
heavier. Is that true?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I mean, it's funny, I've just been to Turkey with my friend, and we went with Eliza, and I felt more conscious, actually, now I've lost weight than when I used to. I just used to wear a bikini when I was a size 16, not care.
Yeah.
But I think also there's that element of you've got to be the funny one that doesn't care when you're a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to
absolutely.
have the personality and not care and get your fat out and win.
And Zumba. And Zumba.
Get your fat out and Zumba. Great for the day.
Natalie, you've despite what you say, you've been really brave coming on today to
Thank you.
open your heart to
It's
us.
the first
and
time I've
thank
been
you.
nervous on here, so thank
Oh, no,
you.
we'd love having you on.
No,
Come
I love
on
coming
again.
on. I will. It's lovely
It's the
to see
lovely
you all.
Natalie Cassidy.
Thank
Everyone.
you.
Oh, bless her. Now, you may think that is it, but we're not quite finished with you just yet because we can't let Zoe go without giving her a lovely goodbye. So, Zoe, we will miss you. We've got some lovely flowers from you, from Linda Bellingham.
Yes,
Don't
I'm
ask
just-
where she's been keeping them
I'm
for the
just
past hour.
happy.
And that's
Happy
from
days.
us. Thank you so much. Bye, Zoe.
Happy days.
That's it from us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you then.